Welcome to Sit With Yourself. And I'm your host, Leah Shanae. But today's episode is a different one. It's a tender one. I didn't plan this season like this. And honestly, I didn't plan my life like this either. But here I am, showing up in the middle of grief, exhaustion, love, and anxiety that feels too big for my body to hold. If you're listening and you're in a season where life didn't pause the way you needed it to, this episode is for you. Grief doesn't just live in your heart. It lives in your body. It shows up in the mornings you don't want to wake up. It shows up in the anxiety that feels louder than usual. It shows up when the world keeps moving, but you feel like you're standing still. Losing my mom has shifted everything. And what surprised me the most is that grief isn't crying. It's all over the place. It's in waves. Sometimes it's numbness. Sometimes it's frustration. Sometimes it's fear that this feeling will never end. And I want to say this clearly. Grief is not a weakness. It is evidence of love, deep love. My therapist told me that grief is just love with no place to go. It's love and pain existing in the same space. And that is okay. I think that one of the hardest parts of this season has been the anxiety. Only because the worry that is, connected to this, like, oh, is this going to be the version of me, forever? The tired me, the anxious me, the barely holding it together. Like, is it permanent? The fear that I won't recognize myself again. But grief has a way of lying to us. And we know that is exactly what anxiety do. It lies to us and tells us something is wrong or tries to signal something to get our attention. It tells us this is your new normal, when really this is just a chapter, a heavy one, but not the whole book. I've learned something important lately. Sometimes strength doesn't look like productivity. Sometimes it looks like getting out of bed. Sometimes it looks like taking your child to school even when your heart feels shattered. Sometimes it looks like resting without guilt. Showing up doesn't mean you have to be okay. It just means you're still here, and that counts. My mom showed me strength, love, and sacrifice in ways I didn't understand until now. Her strength wasn't loud. It was steady. It was waking up and choosing love when life was heavy. It was showing up for her family even when she was tired, hurting, or carrying more than anyone should have to carry. She taught me what love looked like through sacrifice, through putting others first, through giving without expecting anything in return. And now I realize she was showing me God's love the whole time. I deeply believe that love doesn't disappear. Energy doesn't disappear. My mom's body may no longer be here, but her love, her lessons, her strength, and her spirit, they live on. They live in me. They show up in how I love my child. They show up in how I keep going, even when it's hard. And y'all know the Bible verse that I've been clinging and hanging on to in this season is Psalms 34:18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and He saves those who are crushed in spirit. And in this season, I feel that closeness differently. It's quieter, deeper, steadier. So if you're listening to this and you're grieving, you're anxious, or you're just tired of being strong, I want you to know I see you. You don't need to rush your healing. You don't need to explain your pain. You don't need to have it figured out. Take this moment as permission to just breathe, to rest, and of course, to feel. Thank you for sitting with me in this space. Thank you for allowing me to be real and raw, even when it's uncomfortable. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need it. Maybe someone who's in a season of grieving. Maybe it's grieving the loss of a parent, or maybe the old version of themselves. And if no one has told you today, you're doing the best you can. I'll talk to you in the next episode.